What is going on, YouTube? So, coming back with my game 9, I want to say. Yeah, I believe it's game 9 of NCAA Football 06 Race for the Heisman. As you guys can see, I'm still in first place. Yes, game 9. We are still ranked number 1 in the country in, I believe, actually, it might be the media poll. Media poll basically takes place of the AP poll in this game. So, look at the bowl rankings really quick. In this one, we are number 2, but at the end of the week we will be number 1 because Ohio State did lose this week, so we will be the clear-cut number 1 this week. We are taking on Memphis. Now, I had one guy comment, I believe it was Johnny Talks, that this was not on All-American. It has not been on All-American since the LSU game. I did not save the profile after that game, so it went back to varsity, and there were a couple blowouts. You guys go back and see the scores. There was a ton of blowouts. So I moved it back to All-American for the rest of the season. I believe this is the toughest game I have for the rest of the season overall-wise. Memphis, if you guys know, in 2005 had really no talent on the team outside of one guy by the name of D'Angelo Williams. And D'Angelo Williams like a 98 overall in this game. He was a lot to stop this game. It was almost impossible. It seemed like every time he went to the line of scrimmage, he would break right through. He had like 200 rushing yards or something this game. That was all their offense was. But nonetheless, didn't have too much trouble on offense, even with moving it up to All-American. Even before, I mean, if you guys watch the Florida and UAB games, so both those were on All-American, and both those went okay. So as you guys can see, we're doing pretty well on the first drive, killing the clock a little bit, trying to get maybe a little bit longer possessions. That's one of the things I've been working on. And yeah, so we're able to get it in for the touchdown there on the QB sneak. My first touchdown of the game, giving us the 7-0 lead in the first quarter. So, like I said, especially in the Notre Dame game, really started getting the option back. South Carolina game was starting to do all right with the option too. Alabama seemed to do a really good job against us with the option. So, something I try to incorporate a little bit more, and as you guys can see, the little white circle under my name, which means that Andy Millie has officially become an impact player on the team, which is cool because a lot of times it'll take you until your second or third if you're really bad at this, but a lot of times it'll take you until your second season to get to be an impact player. So that was nice to get, and when you are in the zone as an impact player, it helps you out a lot. Makes a lot of things a lot easier. I was not almost able to spin off there and get the touchdown. This game was a little bit better for me throwing the ball. Completion percentage wise, I think it was right around my par, 50 to 55%. But this is the most my defense has given up in a long time, and that was all due to D'Angelo Williams. Hadn't faced a running back that good, or I think an individual player that good, honestly, all year. I mean, there were quite a few talented players in the SEC this year too, and it'll be, I think, comparable to win if I do go that far in this series. I don't know if I will. When Arian Foster is a senior, because he's already like an 83 overall, 84 overall, somewhere in that ballpark, as a redshirt freshman. So after this year, when Gerald Riggs graduates, who is my current running back number 21, then it will be Arian Foster as my starting running back on defense. So we're able to roll out here. Good catch by the tight end. Giving me my first throwing touchdown of the game. And after a Memphis field goal, we had the ball back, looking to extend the lead a little bit. Bad throw there. It was a little bit underthrown. I meant to lob it. And most of the time when you're running a corner out like that, you do have to lob it on this game, especially if you're throwing to a taller tight end type player. And also, like I said, my quarterback's an option quarterback, so it's going to take a little while for his stats to get where they are consistently accurate throwing the ball. So as you guys can see, this was a really good game for me running the ball. A lot of open space on a lot of plays. I mean, obviously there were a few plays where it got shut down, but for the most part, regardless if it was a QB scramble or an option, able to find the open space. As you guys can see, I am in the zone here. So try to find a play that will at least get me involved. Probably passing play. I believe this is a play action. Nope, just straight up run. So I don't know what that route was. It was supposed to be a little curl route, a little 10-yard curl route. He kind of did like a fake curl at 10 yards and then like kept running another 5. But anyway, not a great drive for me throwing the ball. So I always go for it on fourth down in this area. Rarely do I go for the field goal. I think it's more fun if you go for it on fourth down. So able to run outside there, get about the 25-yard gain on the play. I am back in the zone and looking for the touchdown on the option. Don't quite get there, but get us inside the 5 and try to run it in again and get it with Gerald Riggs. Touchdown gives us a 21-3 lead, and then Memphis comes back, scores again to make it 21-10. So most competition we've had in a little while. But the players do close in a lot faster on All-American. I think that's the biggest difference. I think that's really the only difference, if I'm being honest. Like, at least noticing so far, the closing speed's a lot faster in All-American. It doesn't seem like the player speed when I'm running is any faster. Than that just might be the type of competition. But even when I was playing on All-American against Florida, UAB, LSU, the closing speed wasn't any faster. Just LSU has a really good defense on this game, and it just wasn't my game for me throwing the ball. So able to find the open receiver there. There was one, I can't remember if it was later in this game, but there was one play. We just had a receiver wide open downfield, tried to throw on the run, and it did not work out well at all. Threw it like 10 yards out of bounds. I've been saying this over and over again. I think that there is a throw on the run stat. I really need to look that up. I can't remember if that's on the newer NCAAs or the older ones. And do get in for the touchdown here. Making it 28-10. So Memphis did get the ball at half, but we get the ball back pretty quickly. Looking to pretty much put the game out of reach at this point. It is 28-10. So obviously, with as big a threat as D'Angelo Williams, they can score. What would that be? That's a 3-possession game. So they can get 2 touchdowns in a hurry, and then maybe kick an onside kick. But even so, it's a running back, not a quarterback. So you still have to throw the ball at some point, and that was a big problem for them. I think they had one good receiver, but that was really it. This is a 4-4 team with a 98 overall player running back, so obviously the rest of the supporting cast isn't really up to par with the team that's in the Conference USA. They were only 4-4, so like I said, though, stopping D'Angelo Williams really was a handful. That was tough to do. But anyway, get back to me. So I believe at this point, I think I'm over 150, maybe even 200 yards on the game rushing. I believe I think I set the school record in this game for rushing, at least in an individual game. Regardless if you are a quarterback or running back, it was just the overall record. I don't think I'm anywhere close to the overall school rushing record. I don't even know what that is. I'd have to look it up. But like I said, throw it up to the big tight end, and a lot of times he'll come down and get it. That was a nice pass and catch for the touchdown, one-play drive after an interception, and worked out well there. So I believe that is, I want to say 42-17. They do get a touchdown on the following drive. So it looks like for all intents and purposes, this game is pretty much over. There's the play I was talking about. 13 wide open, kind of just missed them. Like I said, even when you're not on the run, sometimes when you just stop off the run and then you're still outside the pocket, it can still be a tough throw. Just because I really don't know why, but noticed that. Like I said, my guy's he's not a pass first type of quarterback. He's an option quarterback, so like I said, passing is going to take a little while to develop stats. And for me, I'm still not, as you guys can tell with the interception, still not quite back up to par. As Memphis did get a touchdown and tried to kick the onside kick. I have no idea why. I guess they still have kind of a chance, but it was 42-24. That I believe that's the closest the game got after halftime. So they did convert after the pick. They got a pretty good drive off D'Angelo, and then they took like a 50-yard pass in for a touchdown. But trying to put the game away on this drive, and actually I don't remember this. I don't think this was my last drive, but maybe pad the stats a little bit as well. Kind of winding down the clock on every play here, and just getting down to it. The Gerald Riggs really didn't play too much of a part in this game. I believe he had maybe 90 or 100 yards the most and one touchdown. I've kind of been phasing out Gerald Riggs a little bit, using him when I have to, but I used him pretty heavily at the beginning of the season. He was even second in the Heisman watch at one point, but got a lot of room outside to run here for about the 20-yard touchdown. It's Gerald Briggs last year, so trying to focus on myself, maybe getting a few of the wide receiver stats up. Might start throwing Arian Foster into the game a couple times because I believe you can control the depth chart for a little bit. As you guys can see here, after the touchdown made it 49-24, we get the ball back again. I think I scored here, so I think we'll see though. This was a very good game in the red zone for us, though. After a couple games where hadn't really struggled per se, but hadn't done great. There's a lot of times where turn it over on downs or just get a turnover inside the red zone. But we do score a touchdown there. Memphis gets the ball for a few seconds, and then we end up winning, bringing it to 9-0, 56-24 victory. We'll be playing on All-American for the rest of the season, like I told you guys, and only 2 games left in the regular season. I'm probably 4 games total, unless I end up blowing the Kentucky or Vanderbilt games, which probably shouldn't happen. But yeah, so I just want to wish everyone a happy New Year's. It is New Year's Eve right now. So, watching the college football playoff right now. So, hope your team does well, regardless if you're a Alabama, Michigan State, OU, or Clemson fan, or if you're just cheering for a conference, or you just kind of picked one team that you might root for. Or good luck to your team in bowl season if they have not played yet. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So yeah.